the time has come for moving on. You can't go wrong. Pointing you home.
105.9 FM and AM 630. WMAL. The Eric Stewart Show. Pointing you home. All you need to know about buying, selling, and everything in between. Now, here's your host, Eric Stewart.
Welcome back, and I've got Stuart Rosenthal with us for our Beacon Bits. This is our segment on the show where we talk about articles from the Beacon newspaper. If you don't or are not familiar with the Beacon, it is a free publication. You can find it over 1,500 locations around the metro area, including most every retirement community, all the CVS's, sometimes at gymnasiums and other places like that.
Libraries and
yes.
banks.
Indeed. So if you're interested, you can pick up your free copy there. And if you don't know where to go to find your free copy, you can do one of two things. Either go online to thebeaconnewspapers.com, or you can call them. And Stuart, good morning. Tell me the...
Hi, Eric.
Yeah, thank you. Tell me the phone number.
301-949-9766.
Again, 301-949-9766 to get information on where your free copy is available today. So, Stuart, let's cover the money article this week.
Sure.
Tell me what is in this month's publication.
Well, right now, especially with the stock market doing what it's doing and interest rates being so low, it's very hard for people to get much money out of their investments.
Yes.
So we have an article on what are 3 things you can do under the circumstances to try to do the best you can without having too much risk. One of them, of course, is invest in dividend-paying stocks.
Right.
I mean, that gives you 2 ways to make money, both from the ongoing income from the stock as well as from its chance for appreciation when times get better. Also, they tend to be less volatile than regular stocks. They don't rise as much during a rally, but they don't decline as much when things are going bad either. So if you're looking for a fund that specializes in dividend stocks, you'll look for something called equity income. That would be a good example. Also, we're recommending, in this article at least, high-yield bonds. Now, they're called junk bonds, and they are definitely issued by companies with some credit problems. But at least in the last year, they have been paying an average of 15%, which is the best performance among all bond fund categories. So, and the risk doesn't seem to be particularly high at the moment. Things have really calmed down in terms of that. So this person says, you might consider that if you realize it is riskier than other kinds of bonds.
Now, Stuart, I'm just going to make this disclaimer for your benefit. You are not an advisor when it comes to how to invest in money. The article covers a variety of different things for you to consider.
Yes.
Maybe you want to put some money here or put some money there. So read it, take that with a grain of salt. Yes.
Right. And, actually, this is an article that we obtained and that we're running and giving people suggestions.
Perfect.
Really, absolutely right.
Perfect.
The last one is municipal bonds. Those, of course, are exempt from federal taxes, and depending upon what state you live in and what state's bonds you're buying, they may also be exempt from state income taxes. So that gives you additional benefit from it. And they're paying an average of 6.4% over the last year, which, in this environment, is not bad.
Right. Well, another thing you could do is in the state of Maryland now, you'll be able to gamble, and that will help support the schools.
Right. Talk about risky.
Yeah. What the heck? Maybe you'll win money and give money to the schools, even though the comptroller of the state of Maryland said that no money will actually go there. But anyway.
Politics are over now, more.
Yeah.
Eric,
I don't know quite how that all worked out, but except that it seems like our culture is degenerating, unfortunely.
It does make you wonder sometimes. I agree.
So money in this week, this month.
Here's another article just to shed a little more light on the subject. We have an article about light bulbs.
Oh, light bulbs.
And how you can save money and save energy through different kinds of light bulbs. Incandescents, of course, are being phased out anyway. The federal government has higher standards, and the manufacturers are stopping producing incandescent bulbs. So we've been having CFLs for a number of years, the compact fluorescents, which look like fluorescent lights. It's not really very attractive light in many cases.
True.
So LEDs, which stand for light-emitting diodes, are becoming more popular. They've been extremely expensive until recently.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
But they are starting to come down in price, and they last, on average, 25,000 hours, which they claim is 22 years based on 3 hours use a day. So those, once you buy them, they last a long time, and a lot of different agencies around here are giving, and utilities are giving discounts on them. So ask around, and you may end up finding yourself saving some money that way, too.
Indeed, and I'm seeing them on discount now where it was like $20 for one bulb. Now it's only $10.
Right.
What a bargain.
Well, given how they last, that really...
It's true. And there's a labor savings.
Exactly.
You don't have to go out and change that bulb all the time.
Absolutely.
So I put some LED bulbs in my lights in front of my house.
You like them?
I do, actually, and it's the first time. I didn't really like the incandescent because it was white, uncomfortable, almost a bluish white.
Yeah.
This is still a white, but they've manufactured it in a shape that is a little bit more like a traditional incandescent. So I like it.
And they're supposed to make them in a warmer color, too, warmer glows.
That's, I guess, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's a little bit warmer, which I appreciate. And I like the fact that I'm saving money in the long run.
Yes.
Right. Yes. Good. So pick up your free copy of the Beacon newspaper. As always, each week we cover some article in the Beacon. We call it Beacon Bits, and we'll be back next week with more. Thanks for joining me, Stuart.
Thank you, Eric.